Hey guys, welcome back to Buckets and Bibles. I think this video is called Pump the Brakes. So I know, like, when I was new to coming to the way, or even before I came to the way, when I was like lit on fire and felt like I was born again. I was just like, I had wanted to go out and make disciples of all the nations. I wanted to share the gospel, and that passion and that fire is wonderful, and don't quench it, because I feel like that is the Holy Spirit lighting you up and making you new. But pump the brakes. Ecclesiastes, I think it is, talks about if you're new to the faith, that you shouldn't be like directing people, because your ego could get puffed up, and then it'll cause some major issues. And I see that a lot. I see people come to the way and they study and they learn a lot of really good stuff, but their delivery is almost repulsing, because they start getting like they've got it figured out and the way they're doing it is right, and nobody else is doing it right. And I think that causes so much division, especially if you've only done a couple feast days. I mean, if it's like your first or second season, I mean, you're brand new. I mean, this is like my fourth Passover, and I'm brand new, man. I mean, I definitely ain't got nothing figured out. This is all, I've done it a few times, sure, but there's so much to learn. And I think it was my second or third Passover that we all started figuring out about Night of Watch, and this is with other brothers and sisters that been doing it for years too. And it's just interesting to see people get puffed up about something that's not theirs. And the only part of it they're puffed up about is their understanding of it, or how they think they're walking it out. Don't do that. Pump the brakes. Slow down, because dude, we're humans and we're so fallible, and it doesn't matter how much studying or how awesome it is that you've got this new light if your delivery system sucks, because it does matter how we represent ourselves, and it does matter if what we're doing is turning people away. It does matter. And I don't like that. And not to say that I haven't done it, because I've done it too. I think that people need to slow down, and humble themselves, and realize that there's a whole bunch of revealing that the Father's going to do for us, for everybody. I mean, there's people that have been doing this for 20 years. There's still stuff that's going to be shown, like Deuteronomy 29:29. The things that are revealed for you, for you and your sons forever. It's like, if they're shown to us, if we get stuff revealed, then that doesn't make us special individuals. It doesn't. It doesn't make like I've got it figured out and I need to let the rest of these brothers and sisters know, like, this is the way it is, because that will cause some issues. And I've done it. I've seen it done. I've done it. And so, lessons learned is pump the brakes, man. Slow down and listen to what people, because there's topics that I studied and thought I had figured out, and lo and behold, I would hear somebody's take on it, and a little light bulb would go off, like, man, I didn't catch that part of it. And so if you're new and you think you gotta like tell everybody how it is and your revelations, and like what calendar you're on, and everybody's doing it wrong if they're not on this calendar, like, all this stuff's been batted back and forth for freaking 1,000 years. It's the same argument mankind's always had with each other, is how to do it right. and when to do it and who's to do it. Don't, man, because we don't know. We don't have it figured out. You do the best you can with what you got and do your due diligence, but don't put such a standard on it that if people aren't doing it, you want to break fellowship. If they're not on the same exact day, you want to break fellowship. If their understanding is not the same exact, that you want to break fellowship, or that they're not doing it right and that it makes you feel like you got it figured out and they don't. Dude, don't do that. Don't cause division. You know, like, love one another, be patient and kind. You know, let people that are new be new, and let people that have experience, let them be a guide. You know, like, my take on a lot of it too is like calendars, like sighted moon, conjunction moon, like what calendar to use. There's like 4 or 5 of them, biblical ones, and there's like there's a bunch of different. And I don't, you know, I've studied, my wife studied, we've looked at it. There's a bunch of them that can be proven yes and no. And like, who's counting jubilees? Like, are you counting jubilees? So I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be doing that, and I don't know how to do it. I don't even know where to start. But my take on it is that Brother Judah has been counting longer than the rest of us. Even if their count is off, they probably still have a better count than we do. And maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe there's a way. I don't know. So don't get wrapped around the axles on stuff and break fellowship with people. Don't get your ego pushed into it to where you've got some kind of special unlock code that nobody else has. You know, fellowship with people and listen, you know, let people learn, you know. I mean, if you got something to share and you don't feel like they've received it, so what? You know, like, more is going to be revealed, you know. And people's level of understanding, the Father deals with that. That's not for us to press people on. You know, the Father lets people learn at the pace that they need to learn at. So don't play God, for sure. Don't do that. Don't decide when people need to know what and how they're going to do it, and that's not up to you. You know, everybody has to grow at their own pace. And I mean grow, so it's an action word. You know, studying and learning, being active in the scriptures is an action word. You know, one of the things too with this is, I'll do another video on it, but Yeshua says, I think when he's getting tempted in the wilderness, he says that you can't live on bread alone, but every word spoken from the Father, or every word out of the scriptures or something. I can't remember exactly. I don't want to misquote it. You know what I'm getting at. But I'm going to make a video on that, talking about, are you being fed, you know, and whose responsibility that is and what that looks like. But yeah, if you got anything in the comments, hit me up, guys. Thanks.